Okay, Norman, how you doing? Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see what we have here. So I've got the PDF up. Let me just try something here. Here's what I'm after right here. Okay, nice looking. It's a nice little poster. It really is. As we look at it from this distance, I think the main and obvious thing we see is this car is being used twice. I do not recommend doing that. Absolutely not. I mean, use a different illustration of a car because right now it looks like you've run out of ideas. So you're kind of re um, purposing ideas. So I don't recommend doing that. Now I did mention the importance of trying to keep this completely original by using your own graphics. It looks like you've elected to use some found graphics. I believe this is a found graphic. I believe this is a found graphic, and this as well. Now, if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but if you created those yourself, they're just outstanding illustrations. Really good job. But to me, I'm seeing that these almost appear to be as they're placed. So, of course, it's going to affect the originality of the piece, and there's going to be some copyright infringements associated with the piece. So, using placed graphics might preclude this from being a candidate for your student portfolio. As long as that is understood, let's go ahead and take a look. So electric vehicles are the perfect car of the future. And then you've got this image right here. But how do we know that's an electric car? I would try to use an image here that's maybe plugged into a filling station or something, that you can really just kind of, so the viewer knows that's an electric car. Do you see what I'm saying? Then over here, you've got these. This is nice right here, but these need color. Wow, these need color. And I would also recommend, try to limit the amount of type. This is a good headline. I think it's great that you're adding headlines to the different areas. I would add color to the graphics, and I would definitely use a sans serif typeface, and I would probably maybe try to condense these as much as you can. Right here, this word right here, this word right here are both called widows, typographic widows. That's a word that appears on a line by itself. You don't want that. You want to eliminate that. You really want to work some color in here. Right now, you're really lacking color with that gray background. That gray background is really muting things down. It's kind of, and I'm going to use this term, but I don't mean it to sound discouraging. It's kind of boring. And we don't want that. We want this to be exciting to look at, really fun to look at. So you have this EV safety maintenance and battery life. That's excellent, good title there. And then a growth of electric vehicles. Again, let's get some color in there. And then right here, you're saying 43%, but this doesn't indicate 43%. This would be like 90 some percent. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things, and they're consuming 4 and 4 and a quarter. So that's more than 43%. You see what I'm saying? So if you want to indicate 43%, make sure that that is a visual indication of 43%. Then you have the EV global market. This needs some description here. This doesn't seem to be related with this. This is you're saying EV global market. What is this saying? Is this saying that this is where where electric cars are available? If so, we know that's not accurate because electric cars are definitely available in South America. And right now, this indicates one location in North America or in the United States for electric cars. So that needs to be accurate. This, I'm not real sure what this is saying at all. Just say EV global market 2016, 14,998. What is that saying? What is that telling us? And what is this telling us? Be specifically clear here. Specifically clear, because this is going to really, really matter on the success of the piece. What do you need to know? Okay. Now, you're relying too much on text. This is too text heavy. You want the visuals to do the heavy lifting, to do the bulk of the work. So make sure that the graphic is depicting what you're saying, so you can not use as much type. Now, I think this is going to end up being a good graphic. How electric vehicles work, I would place a car, not this one because you've already used it. I would place a car in the middle and then circle around it the different components and different ways that electric cars work. Right now, you just have one battery, that's it, or whatever, that capacitator or whatever that is called. But I would recommend adding more graphics around that so we know how electric cars work. For example, how do you fill them up? How do you charge the battery? How long does the battery last? How fast do they go? How quick do they stop? What are their performance ratios? Etc., etc. Do you know what I'm saying? So really make this complete. Then you have your timeline, which is great right there. And then you have this kind of epilogue, kind of ending area, but you're using the same car. So again, that's the third time you're using the same graphic and I do not recommend doing that. So 1975 to present, that is let me see. Yeah, that's, I mean, so much has happened. You're talking about 25, 35 to 40, almost 50 years, over 45. Well, let me see, 75, 25, uh, 78, 85, 95, 2005, 2015, 40, 2000. Yeah, it's almost 40 years here. So a lot has happened between 1975 and the present that you definitely want to start indicating some of those. So I would recommend doing as such in your timeline. Okay. Other than that, I think you're off to a really, really good start. But I think right now, I think the main thing is some of your text is too heavy. You're depending too much on text. The repetition of graphic elements and the color. We really want to work some color into this. Okay, great start. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. And thanks very much, Norma, for sharing your work.